Okay, boom. So welcome to today's session. We're going to be going over market overview, how to use the parabolic SAR, moving averages, and just giving a few examples on how to mark up a chart pretty much within this 20 to 40-minute window. All right, as you guys may know, one of my favorite pairs to trade is NAS 100, but let's do a key example of what indicators are we using, how to set up a chart. That way, whether you guys are at advanced level or you've been here for years and years and years, you guys literally know how to do the exact same thing. All right, so the first thing that I have, just want to show you guys as I'm deleting these arrows, is just a basic color scheme. A lot of people undervalue the importance of a great color scheme. All right, you guys see that I do have a dark background. All right, I'll double click and show you guys. I'm gonna have a dark background and I use blue and white for my candlestick Bibles. All right, excuse me, for my actual candlesticks. All right, blue on the way up, about white on the way down, or grayish. All right, a lot of people undervalue this. This is important and needs to be clean on the eyes and really easy to understand. So if you guys need to pause this and grab this, just make sure it's simple. Dark background or white background, and make sure that you can clearly see the candles. All right, that's very, very important. A lot of people don't talk about it. All right, the next thing that we're going to introduce is the basic moving averages, guys. Whenever you see somebody say MA, that's going to stand for moving average. All right, anytime you see somebody say MA, that's going to be the exponential, all right, moving average. All right, now I'm going to be honest, the exponential moves a little bit more off of price action. Most of the time, I just use the MAs, and contrary to belief, they are actually very, very similar. So to be honest, it really does not have a big impact. Really doesn't matter as much which one you particularly use. It's A-okay, no matter which way you spin. All right, so I'm gonna actually go ahead now. We're gonna talk about the basic 450 cross. All right, why do we use this? All right, it is very standard in the industry. All right, so our 4 for us, we're gonna make a red line. All right, and our 50 for us is gonna be a blue line. All right, so as you guys are setting this up, you can do this on your phone. If you wanna pause, you go to chart, you go to the F at the top, and then you go to moving averages and select these. But when you're on the computer, all right, you also have the ability to go ahead and go up to indicators and grab an MA cross, which is gonna print 2 moving averages. All right, so now let's double click, go to inputs, all right, our short, which is gonna be our 4, all right, the shorter moving average. All right, and we're gonna have our longer moving average at 50, 4 and 50. All right, we already mentioned again, the colors don't matter. I just like to keep them very synonymous for teaching styles. But you guys can see I like my red for 4 and I like my blue for 50. We're gonna pause right here. Super easy, super simple to understand. All right, 4 is red, 50 is blue. All right, one thing to note, okay, the smaller the moving average, right, the closer it is to the graph. Let's make that make sense. The smaller the moving average, the closer it is to the graph. So you guys see I have a 4 moving average. All right, MA4, and we have MA50. All right, without even looking at the colors, I would know that the MA4 is literally tight on the graph, where the MA50 is a little bit further away. All right, you got the moving average 4 that's right up on it, and that 50 is even further away. All right. So the settings on this moving average family is going to be an MA cross, and it's going to be 4 and 50. Short for 4, 50 for long. All right, the style is going to be red and blue, and you always want to increase the thickness to make sure that they're visible. 4, 50, red, blue. All right, the short is going to stand for a smaller moving average. The long is going to stand for our bigger one. So now let's make it make sense. Now that we have our 450 cross, we need to determine what it means for us. Okay. Now let's make it plain English. All right. When the 4, which is red, okay, when the 4, which is red, crosses over, all right, the key word is over. All right, the 50/blue, that is going to equal a buy for us. Okay, let's do an example. When that 4, which is red, crosses over the 50 for us, which is blue, that's going to be a buy. So here's an example right here. All right. You have my 4 moving average crossing above the 50, which is going to represent a buy. All right. It crosses up. Okay. Now, what do you guys think happens when it crosses down? When that red goes under the blue, what do you guys think happens? All right. So we know what happens when it goes over. What happens when it crosses under? All right. You guys can drop it in the comment section. That's cool. All right. When it crosses under the 50 moving average, all right, what would that mean for us? If crossing over means a buy, all right, crossing under is going to represent what? A sell. All right, it's going to represent a sell. Real easy money. Most of you guys have seen this before. I don't want you to see how easy it is. All right, and this honestly is the formula for every moving average. When the little one crosses the big one, you buy. When the little one crosses under, all right, you see how it goes? It's coming from the top, goes under. All right, that's going to represent a sell. And this is also going to apply to every moving average. All right. Literally, the higher the time frame, all right, the more accurate. All right, the higher the time frame, the more accurate. Meaning, if we do this on a 1 hour time frame, all right, there's a very, very high chance that this price is going to keep going up. You guys see it keep dropping down. Now, if we do this on the 1 minute, you're going to see it may, this is a good example where it shot up right here, boom. But there's going to be some instances where it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the higher the time frame, the more accurate. All right, the higher the time frame, the more accurate. All right, and those are the basics for the 4 and the 50. Now, as you get more experience, you'll start to understand, okay, cool. I like this time frame versus that time frame. Me personally, when I'm trading NAS 100, I like the 5 minute, especially in the morning. All right, I like the 5 minute, especially in the morning. And once they cross, I know that it's lights out. All right, there's some prime time, great examples. All right, when the market literally opened, it busted up, it crossed up, and it never came back. All right, another great strategy that you can utilize when trading, guys, you could take it from cross to cross. All right, meaning you have the 450 right here crossed up. The red went above the blue. When do I get out? When do I know when to get out? I mean, hypothetically, you want to get out once your goal is reached, but you also, family, can be getting out once the market crosses down. All right, you see that 450 crosses up. Cool. You also can get out when that 450 crosses down. All right, literally cross to cross. All right, so let's do a quick quiz real quick. All right, you guys let me know what's happening right now. All right, at this arrow point, is it crossing down or is it crossing up? Just drop it in the chat. And if you're watching this later, let me know, is it crossing down or is it crossing up? Quick quiz. Okay, amazing. It is crossing down. All right, real simple, easy to understand. It's crossing down. Why is that? The 4 is going under the 50. All right, the 4 is literally going under the 50, AKA selling momentum. All right, now those are some of the basics. I feel like we got that. We got the 4 and the 50. All right, we really, really understand. All right, somebody asked, what does the X plot mean for the 4 and the 50? So they will actually, great question. They will print out crosses for you. So those just simply represent crosses. So those X's, you guys see them right here, that represents when the market's going down and when it's going up, just pretty much when they've crossed. All right, they represent, in layman's term, when they have physically crossed. All right, cool. So now we understand that. All right, the next thing that we're going to be looking at, all right, we understand the rules, 450 cross. All right, now let's go ahead and add on our parabolic SAR. All right, guys, this is going to be Parabolic SAR. You can find this on your MT4 as well by going to chart, hitting the F at the top, all right, and then literally going to indicators and Parabolic SAR. All right, does anybody know what SAR stands for? All right, does anybody know what SAR stands for? And cheat sheet, if you guys are watching this later, ever confused on what an educator or somebody teaching you is using, always look at the top left to see the indicators. All right, so there it is, guys. When you see that SAR, shout out to my guy F. All right, that's going to stand for a stop and reverse. Now me, simply with the color scheme, all right, I like to make my dots white, all right, and make them a little bit bigger. It's a cross, a dot, a star, whatever you want to call it. To be honest, it does not matter, all right? But you just want to make sure that they're visible, okay? Want to make sure that they're visible. Now let's talk about rules for the parabolic SAR. All right, this is one of the most easiest things that you could ever learn with trading. One of the most easiest things. All right. So literally for the parabolic SAR, which we know stands for stop and reverse. All right, it's going to be so easy. All right, when the dots are at the bottom, all right, that's going to represent a buy. All right, so what does that mean? When the dots are at the bottom, you see right here, hourly time frame, they're going to represent buys. It doesn't mean that it can't buy because they're at the top. But more times than usually, these are momentum-based indicators. Price is going to continue to push up as these dots are at the bottom. All right, so we talked about 450 cross. We got our parabolic SAR. Here's the settings. They're default settings. I didn't change anything. All right, default settings. All right, and literally, family, you can see when they're at the bottom, that's going to be an indication for a buy. Now let's talk about it. When the dots are at the top, all right, when the dots are at the top now, that's going to represent a sell. All right, when the dots are at the top, it's going to represent a selling. Okay, real easy money, simple to understand. All right, now we want to combine them. We want to look for great trades. Okay, this is obviously an hourly time frame, so we're going to know it's going to be more accurate. The same thing applies. The higher the time frame, the more accurate. All right, the higher the time frame, the more accurate. So you guys see what's going on. Let's use this as an example right here on the money. All right, you have the dots at the bottom. You have the 4 and the 50 cross. So it crosses up. What does that mean for us, guys? When the 4 goes above the 50, is that a buy confirmation or a sell confirmation? All right, is that a buy confirmation or a sell confirmation? All right, when that 4 crosses above the 50. Right? Amazing. Cool. You guys got it. Now, same exact thing. When our parabolic SARs, when the dots are at the bottom, what does that mean for us? A buy or a sell? All right, what does that mean for us? A buy or a sell? All right, you guys got it. So now that's a 2 out of 2 trade. All right, now there's a 2 out of 2 trade. All right. Now, for the sake of it, because we're already here, we're literally probably 80% done. Let's go ahead and move and add our stochastic as well. I don't always use this, but a lot of people still ask me about it. All right, if I had to use any settings, family, I do either use the 1466 for long term, or I use the 533, showing me a little bit more in real time what's going on. So that's indicators, stochastic. This is, similar to a RSI, relative strength index. Stochastic, it just shows you the momentum swings within the market on a percentage level. For those, again, that may have missed it, that's stochastic, and you can find it on your MT4 as well. All right, now I'm going with the 533 settings, 533. All right, now for my styles, what I like to do is I like to put some lines. All right, just make it a little bit more visually appealing. One thing about me, I love visuals. So I put a red line at the top, obviously indicating a sell, and then a blue line at the bottom, obviously indicating a buy. 20% and 80% is, personally what I like. All right, personally what I like. So you see we have multiple colors here. It does not matter, guys. Colors are colors. But for the sake of it, I do like to keep it pretty synonymous. You can leave the crosses here, guys. Check this out. You can leave the crosses here. A great strategy is similar to a 450 cross. You can get in or have another confirmation B when these two lines cross. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. Some folks remove the D. Some folks want to see both the confluences, K percentage and the D percentage. They're just simple, small variables. Don't overthink it. The basics of this, guys, is when the market is oversold, like it's at the bottom, okay, you're going to see the price bounce off of this 20%. Okay, so another confirmation for us is when price is coming from the bottom. You guys see right here, this arrow, same thing down here. Price is coming from the bottom and it's on its way back up. All right, it's on its way up to the top of that percentile. Okay, so here's the deal with the stochastic. I could do a whole training on the stochastic, which you will, but at a basic level, all you need to know is you're buying once you see price physically come through this 20%, all right? And you want to peep. One advanced level thing that you guys can understand is you see this support line on a 1 hour time frame for NAS 100. Okay, prices consistently hit this area, but prices also consistently hit this area. So when you've seen it hit 20%, come and break through, break through, break through, and then break through, that is even more confirmations to buy. So let's do a quick quiz, guys. You see price at the 20% for the stochastic, and it is broken through and it's on its way back up. Is that a confirmation to buy or sell? All right, prices hit 20%. All right, you guys see what 20%. Is that a confirmation to buy or sell? Let me know something. All right, let me know something. Okay, you guys got it. So this is a 3 out of 3 trade. Stochastic at the bottom for the buy. Price is breaking through for 450 for the buy. And our parabolic SARs are at the bottom. You guys understand this, you can understand any strategy. All right, the higher the time frames, the more accurate. All right, you can use any series of crosses. You can use any series of stochastics. It's just understanding it and having it work for you. All right, so everybody at this point should know how to work the 450, should know how to work the parabolic SAR, all right, and should know how to work the stochastic. Okay, so let me give you guys a second to screenshot that if you need it. All right, going over everything. 450 cross, red goes over 50 buy, red goes under 50 sell. Higher time frame, more accurate, higher time frame, more accurate. All right, smaller MAs are going to be closer to the graph. So easy to understand. All right, guys, and for the sake of this training, I'm actually going to make it a little bit shorter for today. We are going to do some markups, but we're going to get out of here in the next 10 to 15. But we're going to use this and do some quick quizzes as well as get some quick chart markups on our screen. So everybody should have this so far. I'm going to go ahead and open up another tab just in case we need it later. Okay, just in case we need it later. All right, so cool. Let's go ahead to gold real quick. Let's see what gold's talking. All right, gold. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think we did phenomenal trading gold last week. We did an exceptional trading gold. We called out, 50 pips, 60 pips, 70 pips, and it did really, really well in the call. So I'm proud of us, guys. People look and see what's going on right now. All right, what's going on right now? The 4 is literally right at the 50. All right, the 4 is literally right at the 50, meaning the market has just opened up. If we get this continuation, all right, more than 9 times out of 10, price was going to go ahead and continue back up towards that uptrend. You guys see I have my 533 sitting right there. Let's go ahead, just like we mentioned again, let's go ahead and clean this up. All right, let's clean this up. Let's make everything make sense. Okay, now that's the 1 hour time frame. All right, if price rejects this, if they do not cross, secret sauce, guys, if the moving averages do not cross, that is going to be a sign for an impulse in the opposite direction. All right, so right now the hourly is a little bit unclear. So what do? We simply start from a top-down analysis. We start zooming in. Now I'm looking at the 15-minute. All right, and I'm seeing that the 4 is approaching the 50, but it hasn't hit it yet. So what that means through the night, something that I will be personally looking at, all right, I'm going to be looking for potential buy stops or breaking closes through this area, all right? I'm not going to be confident on popping the buy for gold until price comes to 97, all right? Until price is able to break out of this zone. So for me, I'll probably be doing a 97 to a 99 just through the night, a quick 20 pips. All right, and on the reverse side, let's zoom in, peek the scene. All right, look, price has been able to bounce consistently from this zone. All right, if price has been able to break consistently from the zone, there's another small chance that price can come back down and touch one more time. But right now, what's going on? Price is in an uptrend. All right, price is in an uptrend, so we want to leave it alone and be super careful. All right, given the fact that price is in an uptrend, I'm not interested in selling until price is physically broken out of these areas. All right, you can go even further. I mean, we don't need the 1 minute time frame, but you can see now very closely the 4 is looking like it wants to break that 50. If it does not, if these, look, remember what I'm telling you guys, if these moving averages do not cross, it's going to be an impulse breaking right back up through. All right. So this is actually what I used to do very early in my trading journey. I used to set 10 to 20 pip moves through the evening on these trades. And I would start on demo, of course, then move to live and just test it out. I mean, the great thing is, your account really can't get blown. It can't get smoked. It's just gold. It's not, I would do baby lots, maybe make $20 through the night. All right. But it's great practice. If I start winning consistently, I would place both buy stops and sell stops. A lot of times both would get hit. All right. My confidence would start to grow. And sometimes I wouldn't even need to trade in the morning. All right. So this is how I would trade something like gold. I'll definitely be utilizing those buy stops and those sell stops. Super simple. And really just being and executing that patience. All right. You got 89.7. So I might do cool 87.7, quick 20 points. All right, excuse me, not 20 points, 20 pips, real easy right off the rip. All right, real easy right off the rip. So you see that I'll be selling it there. All right, waiting for that potential to drop it down for quick 20, or I'll be looking to buy it up if we get that massive explosion. All right, if we get that massive explosion, we don't want to mess around in the middle because we don't know what it's going to do. Now, long term, we can mark up, but when we're scalping or having some quick moves through our sleep, we want to get in and out. All right, we definitely want to get in and out. We want to shoot for about 20 pips, all right, AKA 2 points is all we need. 2 points is literally all that we need. All right, so you can see again, we can, go a little bit more riskier, maybe 96.5 for the entry. All right, and taking that down to 98.5 through our sleep. All right, straight up like that. All right, and how did I mark that up, family? By executing a level of support and resistance. And I'm anticipating, we talked about it before, my 4 and my 50 crossed. So right now they have not crossed. They haven't done anything. So in the meantime, we're waiting. All right, either A, they break through for the selling, or B, they break out of this box and continue up. All right, those are going to be the main things that I'm looking at. Buys, sells, right in these zones. And I'm actually going to go ahead and have these written out and drop them in the chat as well, because it is good to literally go ahead and stand on your trades. All right, we're not going to hide on it at all. All right, we got a buy stop literally on gold at 1796.5. All right, and that TP1 is just going to be a quick 20 pips right at the top, guys. 1798.50. Okay, now when it comes to stop loss, this is tricky. A lot of people ask me all the time, yo, what do I do for the stop loss when I'm trading at night? All right, and this when it comes to personal preference. If I'm going for quicker TPs, there's a higher chance that price is going to get smacked. It's a way higher chance that price is going to get smacked. So my risk reward ratio may not be the greatest. But when I'm going for longer take profits, obviously we're going to have a tighter SL. All right, or giving yourself that more flexible room. So honestly, family, the SLs really do come down to your personal stance. Obviously, this is gold. So, you're not going to be really blown out of the water. And we have both the moves ready to go. Whether it breaks up or breaks down, we are ready. All right, so that SL is totally up to you. If I had to choose one for absolute safety, guys, for that buy, just because I want to make sure that we have enough room for it to go up for that buy, guys, I'm looking at that 1792 range. All right, once price comes all the way up top, 1792, anywhere to 1794, depending on your risk. I just want to make sure that price is hit. All right, so not the greatest SL ratios. We do a lot better long term, but I just want to show you guys what specifically are we looking at. All right, now same thing. It's going to be that 1794 to that 1796. All right, feel free to throw this into your demo account. And that's an example of anticipation through the 4 and the 50. All right, anticipation through the 4 and the 50. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the setup as well. And I'm excited. I love having setups because you get to see if you was right. All right, setups are amazing. You literally get to check your own gangster. You get to check your own steeds to see how well and how good you are. All right, so we're going to have this up on the screen. We're going to have everything right up. We got a gold sell stop. We got entry. I'm just making sure everybody got it written down. All right. And I'm not even having this up here for you guys to, literally, I mean, you guys definitely can take it because I am, but just want to show you guys the process of how easy it is. All right. Don't overthink it. Set it, stick to your strategy. And if it doesn't work, you come back to the drawing board and you see specifically what went wrong. I've came to find out from my studies, all right, when you actually sit down and take your time, all right, most of the instances, you do really well. When you stick to your strategy, you look at it, you go show somebody, tell them what's going on, or you have, some type of accountability partner, or you study by yourself, all right, you do really well. All right, so I'm just writing this out. Everybody's cool. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys got this written down somewhere, or if you already got it in. All right, drop a 2 in the chat once you got that locked in. We're gonna do one more example. Almost done. All right, almost done. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, everybody dropping ones. Should have that gold entry in. Real easy, right off the gate. All right, super simple. Okay, boom, so everybody's dropping ones. Let's get it. Let's do another example. Somebody drop their favorite currency pair in the chat. Somebody drop their favorite currency pair in the chat. Favorite currency pair, don't matter what it is. GJ, we got one. All right, now it's 100 favorite currency pair. Come on now. Favorite currency pair. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Favorite currency pair. All right, y'all shy, man. We're gonna rock, Let's go ahead and grab, let's do GU. I haven't done GU in a minute. GBP, USD, Great Britain pound to the US dollar. I don't trade this pair at all, but I'm gonna show you guys how we can get in and get busy. All right, we can literally get in and get busy, man. So let's chop it up. All right, cool. We're gonna, of course, zoom it out to a 4-hour time frame to start it off. Just peep and seeing what the heck is going on. Zoom all the way out. Wow, okay, so long term. Wow, look all of these zones from back in the day. Imagine we sold from up here. All right, so right now, guys, long term, GU has been consistently selling down. We know that the dollar has not been performing well over time. One thing that I'm noticing on a 4-hour time frame, I'm gonna take these off. This is just showing you guys how I'm looking at the charts, how we are physically marking up. You can notice right off the bat, basic trend line. You see price has been respecting really, really well. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, there's multiple trend lines that you definitely can draw. All right, but you see how price has been respecting these trend lines. All right, it broke up, came down, and made a new one. Okay, so cool. You see this right now. We are in a what? We're in a downtrend. All right, so let's not go against the trend. Right now, price has historically been selling, but when price is selling, family, you want to make sure that you're getting in either A, at the top of the mountain, all right, or B, you're getting in when the mountain's already falling down. Those are going to be the main key components, the top of the mountain or when the mountain's already falling down. So 4-hour time frame, we're starting to see consolidation, all right, and it's going to be interesting to see which way this market goes. We turn in our 4 and the 50, obviously there's a huge gap. So what do? We zoom in a little bit further. We zoom into that 1-hour time frame to see what's up. Now, what just happened, guys? Looks like we just missed it. All right, that 4 went above the 50. Now, here's some great sauce. When you're using the higher time frames, there's going to be a couple instances. If you miss the 4 and the 50, guys, don't sweat. All right, there's going to be instances where there's a retest. All right, so whenever you see that 450 cross and a couple candlestick closes above, trading currency pairs, all right, you see what happened here, how price flicked down. Let's look at an example. Same exact thing. We had the 450 cross. Let's say right here, you're like, yo, I missed it. I want to get in. This is long term. You're doing this through the night. Literally set, a sell limit about 10 pips above and catch it back down. All right. Literally catch a sell limit 10 pips above, catch it back down. In this case, catch a buy limit on the way back up. All right. You've seen price has dipped down repeatedly. All right. So on a smaller level, this 1 hourly time frame, it looks like that price is going to continue to keep going up. But let's peep seeing some more. All right, 15-minute level. It's weird. 15-minute level is painting and giving us a story. All right, 450 looks like it wants to cross maybe, but our stochastics are at the top. Let's keep it going. 5-minute level. All right, price is consolidating. A 4 wants to go under, but the parabolic SARs are at the bottom. So what I see, family, is that price right now with these dots at the top, and it's fighting. It does not want to cross. They've crossed, but it looks like it potentially may cross back down. It looks like short-term price wants to drop. Looks like short-term price wants to drop. All right, but long-term, on the short and long-term, we may get that uptrend, heading back up. All right, zooming out. All right, maybe giving us that one last push. All right, and then long-term, going to continue to head back down. All right, but the thing about these downtrends, they can't break forever. So what happened? Yes, it's a downtrend, but the 4 and the 50 have crossed. All right, the 4 and the 50 have literally crossed. So what I would be doing in this case, I'll probably be setting a small buy limit, all right, for at least 15 or even, 15 to 20 pips right off the rip. All right, because now we got to trend line it up. While yes, overall, we've been in a downtrend, right now on this hourly level, we are in an uptrend. All right, so I'm grabbing my trend lines. All right, I'm seeing what's going on. Okay, I'm seeing how price slices through here. It's looking like it's retesting, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. All right, either A, it's going to continue to drop. Now, in these instances, family, we use tight SLs. We use tighter SLs, all right, to be able to catch the bag on the uptrend. Because there's a huge case throughout the week. This could be a swing for the weekly position. Why do I say that? Because this is the first time that we've been in a bullish 450, literally since all the way up here. Take it from zone to zone. Imagine if you sold here, 450 cross on the hourly time frame, don't ask no questions. Sell it. Now what happened again? 450 cross on the uptrend, don't ask no questions. All right, so with that being said, when I see GU, you can't be a robot when trading. You gotta think, all right? You gotta literally think, okay, cool. It is crossed on an hourly time frame just now, like literally a few hours ago. So that lets me know, hey, maybe long-term, this could be a weekly play. Long-term, this may be able to be a 100 pip move. Who knows? It did it last week. Why not again this week? All right, so let's go ahead and grab that long position to show you guys an example. This could be one of these. Never know. Never know. It could be literally looking like something like this. All right, but me personally, guys, in the beginning, I'm always going for 10 to 20 pips. All right, 10 to 20 pips, nothing major. All right, if I got 20 pips here, of course, I want to have a tight SL. All right, if I want to obviously go for 30, 35 pips, all right, even tighter SL. All right, just having that confidence. All right, and showing that, hey, on a short-term level, we're looking for buys. Okay, simply because we had that hourly level cross. All right, so let's see. Let's rock out with it, man. Let's rock out. I don't even trade GU that often, but let's see what happens. We got our entry point, looking at our 1.33. All right, I want to make sure I get this right, 200 level. All right, we got our take profit 1 at 1.33, 400, which is going to be 20 pips. All right, we got our take profit 2 at 1.33. All right, 600, let's ball to 40. All right, and then Superman, if we wanted to ride this all the way up, all right, why not? And catch a 70-pointer, which you certainly can. Because why? It's happened on an hourly time frame. The higher the time frame, the more accurate. 70-pointer, that's 900, 70 pips. All right, that SL for me, super safe, super sturdy. In terms of that stop loss that we're looking at, is honestly going to be at that flat level, man. We can have a really tight SL. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right, let's actually take it down 10 more pips just for safety. Into 900. All right. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and snap a quick picture of this, guys. Drop a 1 in the chat once you have this written down as well. All right. And those are some basic markups of how we use. And there's a lot of ways to mark up. I could use fibs. I could use DeLorean, but I just want to showcase 450 cross, parabolic SAR, real examples on how to do this. Real examples how to do this. So let's grab that entry, 1.33, 200. All right, drop that one once you got that locked in, family. All right, everybody should be good to go. Seeing how we did it, we're gonna take a few questions and we're gonna make this money through the week. Let's get it.